Welcome to Designer Speak, the show where designers talk about all things design. My name is Christopher Scott.
And I'm Luis López.
So, in this new episode, we're going to talk about something that is very important for us, and that is graphic design in Ecuador. So, we're going to have just a discussion of why design is important for Ecuador and how it contributes to society and humanity. Because here in Ecuador, I don't know if you feel the same, Louise, that sometimes we don't appreciate designers here in Ecuador. Sometimes it's seen as something that it's not, and often design is probably just valued. It's not valued often.
Yeah.
And so actually that's one of the objectives of Designer Speak is that for Ecuador and whatever country that you're in, if design is not valued as it should be, we're here for you in relation to that. So give us your thoughts of why Louise design is important for Ecuador.
So for me, it's because Ecuador has such a rich culture, and it's actually one of the Quito is one of the first city to get a heritage by the UNESCO.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and
When was that?
I don't remember the year to be honest, but it was like 40 years ago, I think.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we need to keep going with that culture. It cannot die with our ancestors or past cultures. No, we need to keep going, and show what's the culture of Ecuador. So for me, it's very sad that we as designers are dismissed in this country, actually by our last president. He said that graphic design, why is a career? We only make balloons, we only draw balloons and things like that. Yeah, that's actually a true story. But it's so important because design is everywhere, and especially here. Not only today, but in the past, you can go to museums here in Ecuador, you can see the graphic, like the visuals that past ancestors use. And actually, some designers are trying to rescue that.
Yeah, I think when you're talking about culture, and especially in Quito and Ecuador, one of the projects that stands out most is probably the Centro Histórico.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you ever go to the Centro Histórico here in Quito, it's a place where it's like the original Quito, and they don't really have any logos. They don't really show any logos. They put like just typography Helvetica in black, which was a whole system designed by Pablo Turalde, which is considered one of the most recognized designers here in Ecuador. And that whole project, a project of design, was to preserve our culture of Ecuador, because whenever you do like a project, part of that, especially that project, is like you can tell that with graphic design or through graphic design, we can preserve our culture and our heritage. And like say, for example, when you look at like the old signs here in Ecuador of, is it Hamacuac? Which is what we based the Ecuador Postal Now 2018 edition, which to show that design has a responsibility to show your past and show your history. And there's no other medium that can show the history of the culture or the history of your country better than graphic design.
Yeah, and not only like the culture part, but you can see designers as Belén Mena. She rescues like the biodiversity that this country has, because it's one of the most diverse country by species. She actually had a cool project about moths in Ecuador and all the species that are here. So yeah, the idea is to show our past. We have designers like Billy Soto, even Peter Mosel has some designs.
Peter Mosel has an awesome one.
Yeah.
An awesome is it what's it called? Pájaros.
Pájaros.
And he's like, it's like the birds of Peter Mosel, and it's bringing back like what we did before, but also like what I really like what Peter Mosel did was and he made it into his own as well, also, which is pretty cool. So so we mentioned a bit about the past and the history and stuff. Do you have any mention before we continue on to the next segment, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's important, mostly to feel proud about the history of this country. Even if we are not original from this country,
No.
but we have been adopted by this country.
Yes.
And it's so special to us that we need to get involved with the culture and look in inspiration from the past and everything, because it's actually very rich, and it's one of the richest countries in Latin America to have that kind of culture, because it's not only like from indigenous past, it's not only like 3 tribes, 4 tribes. No, you have a lot. You have culturas La Tola, you have culturas like Jamacuaque, you have La Vega, and yeah, that's the idea, to look through the culture of Ecuador, the past, the present, and now the future.
Now the future. And that's now what we want to mention a bit about what is like the importance of graphic design for the future of a country like Ecuador. And I try to say this in the best way that I can, is that many graphic design, or many companies, as I should say, is that they don't really understand what value graphic design has for their company. It's like, for example, they think that it's only something visual. It's, for example, graphic design is only color or maybe typography or something like that, which is elements of graphic design, but it's more of that you're planting a seed into the people of Ecuador or whatever country that you live in, is that through graphic design, companies can get better. They can increase their profits. That's very, very important to understand. Is that when you have a good graphic design campaign, a good logo, good branding, good concept, good message, which are all strategies of graphic design, your company can improve their profits. So like, and the profits won't be instantly, they'll be over a period of time, like a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. But it's like, it feels so frustrating sometimes when people don't understand why they are designing something, or why do I change this color, or why do I change this logo. I try to say to the clients that I have here in Ecuador is that graphic design, and this is very important for all Ecuadorian designers, is that it improves the sales of the company, and in general, not only do you think about money, but it also improves the company in general.
Yeah,
the whole system, how it works, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you can see like there are controversial cases like Banco Pichincha and everything, and even though people think it's bad and it's a bad design, I do not share that opinion, but it put the brand on the map again.
Exactly.
Even if it's bad publicity
in the start,
like the brand now is no outside of Ecuador even. Because it got so big, all the comments on social media and everything about the redesign, that people know about Banco de Pichincha, at least in most countries of Latin America and even other countries, because of the redesign.
That's true, and actually, it was actually funny because I remember whenever they did that logo, and people were just going crazy.
Yeah, a whole week.
Yeah, more. It was just, and not even graphic design. Not even graphic designers were talking about the logo. It was just normal people, and that's when I remember if there's a good bad publicity, or any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
And actually, for me, the Banco de Pichincha, I agree with you. It's a really good logo.
Yeah, the applications are awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, very, very good applications, but people don't see that though.
Yeah.
And hopefully they will now.
Yeah, that means different for us because we don't have that attachment to the old logo, because we didn't grow up with that.
Exactly.
So for us, a redesign is not that tragic because it's not like something we have seen all our life. We're not used to that.
And we're used to also change too.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's very interesting with the Banco de Pichincha is that you have to think of it why did they do that change? And for me, there's one reason only: to improve the bank.
Yeah.
To make the bank better, to improve sales, to improve customer services, because they wanted to be seen as a new bank.
Yeah.
And because the Banco de Pichincha is like a bank here in Ecuador, for the people who don't know, they changed their logo recently and everyone went crazy, everyone went mental. And for me, it was a change for the good, it was a change for the better. And I would love to see the data of what their services are like, or have they increased their clients. They definitely have increased their clients.
Yeah.
They definitely have increased their customer base and stuff like that. But that's the impact of graphic design can have. At the start, people can say, oh, it's a bad logo or something's a bad design or something like that here in Ecuador or around the world. But in the future, they will realize that it's not as bad as what people think.
Yeah.
And people will come around to it and they get used to it, because the thing is, the general public don't like change. And Ecuadorian people don't like change either. They love what they see and how they see it every day. And we're a very country that loves family and traditions and stuff like that. So the thing is that I think, just maybe to finish it, is that if Ecuador appreciates design, Ecuador will be a better country. I think it's a very thing to understand. I think that the most biggest cities, like we should say, probably the biggest cities in terms of design, or probably recognized as the best cities in the world, like New York and London and Paris. They're like staples, and they're like centered, like very, very important cities for the world. But they also understand the importance of graphic design, and they understand what graphic design and what the value of graphic design is for their city. And the thing is that in Ecuador we have so much talent, and we should do like an episode later on of like who
designers in Ecuador are really good.
Yeah, so we'll keep out look for that.
Yeah, and it's more important now to support Ecuadorian designers, because they are getting on the map.
Exactly.
They are getting selected on biennales, they are getting selected on design contests all over the world. So now it's more important than ever to support design.
Exactly. And that's, I think, a good way to end the episode. I think, remember guys, we need to support designers, we need to support events, we need to improve the design, because I truly believe in 10 years time, Ecuador is one of the best countries in Latin America for design. And in 15, 20 years, it could even be one of the best, Ecuador could be one of the best countries for graphic design and even the world. So that's it. So remember guys, subscribe. Here.
Yeah.
Look at this. Here, the bottom left. I don't know.
Bottom left.
It's at the bottom left or bottom right, whatever. Be part of this community. Ask us like
to.
You know what? We are doing that because I feel like I'm milking a cow.
No, it's just okay.
No, we're putting thumbs together. So milking a cow.
Yeah.
So like, share, comment, be part of the community with us. We're really excited. We're getting started and we're getting into our flow, Luis. So keep following, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.